that next. Hundreds of people have been arrested in riots around the country, but thanks to criminal justice reform, stopping rioters will be impossible in many places, and it shows. In New York City, the NYPD has arrested about 700 people for rioting and looting and violence and vandalism, wrecking our country over the past couple of days. But almost all of them will be set free immediately without paying any bail. Why? The state's brand new bail reform law. When they use the word reform in it, it almost always means we're going backward. And that's true in Philadelphia, too. Rioters there will get similar leeway thanks to the policies of DA Larry Krasner. Bill McSwain is watching all of this up close and personal. He's the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Philadelphia, the federal prosecutor, and he joins us tonight. Bill McSwain, thanks so much for coming on. So we're watching this happen. I saw fires in Center City the other day in Philadelphia, and it sounds like you all can't do that much about it.
Well, it has been a rough few days in Philadelphia, Tucker. And really, I think that we're at an important moment in Philadelphia's history and in our nation's history where we can go down one of two paths. We can either go down a positive path of peaceful protests, respect for democracy, racial healing, or we can go down a destructive path of crime and lawlessness, and as you put it, bending to the mob. And I know what path that I want to go down. I know what path the federal government wants to go down and the U.S. Attorney's Office wants to go down. So we are working very hard to step in and make sure that there's accountability and punishment for the rioting and the looting and the arson and the things that we've seen.
I just have to pause. This is so off topic, but I can't control myself. As an American, do you think if we take the path of chaos and lawlessness and mob rule, people will live here? I mean, who would live in a country like that voluntarily? Seriously.
Well, I think that the vast majority of people want to take the positive path.
Yes, I agree.
We're seeing a small percentage of people try to hijack our democracy, and it's important that we stand up, and it's important that we condemn the acts that we're seeing, and not with sugarcoating it or making excuses or hedging, but full-throated, unequivocal condemnation. And that's certainly what I'm trying to do. And I think that what my brothers and sisters in the federal government throughout the U.S. Attorney's offices across the country and with the Department of Justice are also doing.
That's exactly right. But you're up against people who are totally determined to subvert our system, our democracy, as you just said.
Well, we have a specific problem in Philadelphia, as you alluded to, Mr. Krasner. He's actually scolding the media in Philadelphia for showing the pictures of the rioting, the looting, the arsons, the burning of the police cars and the like, because that steps on his narrative that this is all legitimate protest. And he's not at all interested in putting any of these people in jail or having any accountability. No. So again, the federal government is having to step into that accountability vacuum because I think that we do speak for the majority, the vast majority of Americans.
That's exactly right. I'm really glad you come on the show. You have come on the show and continue to. Bill McSwain, thanks so much.
Thank you, Tucker.